You scrub, shut it.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you.
Alright, it's a fucking awkward movement.
I'm just gonna start at the beginning.
That part's really weird because the camera wants you to go the other direction, so you have to quickly adjust the joystick so you're going in the opposite direction of where the camera wants you to go. It's like, it's really awkward.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Alright, good beginning. Sounds like sex, right?
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
I guess if you're filming it POV style, sure. Shut up! God!
Well, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or
You are the
she thought
malware.
the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
This anti-malware software is acting like my malware. Because the thing is, I don't even have it. It just keeps popping up.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something.
Exactly, that's exactly what it is. So it's really obnoxious when I'm in the middle of something else trying to do that, and then it pops up saying, you have malware. It's like, no, I fucking don't. You're my problem, bitch. Fuck you. It only happens when I'm connected to the
The
internet,
house was
so.
exactly like I remembered it. The way I'd been
Which
dreaming
exactly
about it.
lets me know that it's nothing on my computer.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Oh, nice.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Very nice.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Seriously?
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
The same fucking part? Oh my god. Oh, it's killed. We're going again. Fuck. It threw me off for a second. I was like, oh shit, I need to press it.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just gonna start at the beginning, with the house.
Fucked up already? Whatever. I'm not gonna care now. Apparently I have 18 seconds I can save.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Your possible time save is 0.8 of a second.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
This, some of best I
In her
need to
will,
change
My
though.
mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
The
Maybe she
long
thought I'd
run.
know. Or she
The
thought
long
the
run.
mystery would be enough to bring me back.
That's any percentage. We're on 100% now.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd
My
come back to
time
it.
saves on this is Calvin and
But now I had
Gus.
questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent.
Still, you'll save a
As
bunch,
if they're
yeah.
about to say something, but never do.
No, that little thing I don't worry about too much. There's certain things I worry about, like that I worry about, because if you miss that, you miss the event. Well, you don't miss the event, but it's still obnoxious. But maybe it's not too bad, because it's still kind of loading at a time, so maybe I can still kind of make do with
The
that.
house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a child,
I'm sure Phil
the
Barrow
house
is going
made
to
me
figure out a strap for
uncomfortable
it.
in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old,
I just never bothered.
I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Because like I said, I've been the only one, so I've just been doing it for fun. Whatever.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Like I said, that split needs to change anyway, so I'll just go ahead and mark that as best, because I think I
first
used to
time in
mark it
years,
earlier. I think I used to mark it right when I
felt
put
like I was
pressed
home.
R1, but I kept having to go back and grab the controller again,
Nothing in
so
the
it's just
house looked
easier when I had a
abnormal.
visual cue,
There was just
now.
too much of it.
Just
like
when
a
her hand gets
smile,
there,
too
and
many
that's
teeth.
the cue.
After Milton disappeared,
Alright, third time
Mom
a
sealed
charm.
up all the bedrooms. Then Edie
A really
retaliated
fucking
and
easy
drilled
part.
peepholes. I spent a lot of time
Fine.
playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
The thing is like those are where my
It's time
time
to
saves
find out
are,
what I'm
but
gonna
at
do
the
for
same
you.
time, I had a really good Sam and Gregory, and those are big ones.
Reading this, maybe it sounds
That's
like I had
that's
a
the problem.
plan,
That's how I was able to get
but I
such a
had
good
no
time, is
idea
because I
what was
did so
behind
well
it
in
for.
those two. Like it almost seems unrealistic to
had
me
no
now,
idea
because
what
every
this
time I
was
go
gonna
back to it,
be.
I've not been that great at it.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry,
Damn
but
it.
I didn't mind it.
Let you grab there.
I kept eating and eating.
That's alright.
I ate a lot of things that night.
And that's what kills her, are those berries.
Then I
Those are
heard
very
chirping outside my
poisonous.
window. It was a barn
I don't know if they
swallow
make you
going back to
hallucinate,
her
but it would make
nest.
sense that they
I
do.
reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really
Oh
scared.
shit. Oh my god, what the fuck? Uh, yeah, they're a butt for us. Thank you, butt spot.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just gonna start at the beginning, with the house.
No, it's just a couple of attempts.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
I don't like starting off that poorly, considering any percentage, like, I did so well, and now this. I was like, that was gonna be my warm-up. Then it turned out to be really well, and I'm like, fuck.
Since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Turned out to be a pretty decent run.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back. The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Wow.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
If I get another shitty 100%, then yeah, I'll switch back over to any percentage since I know there's
Maybe it sounds like I had
maybe
a
a
plan,
little more feasible tonight.
but I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone
We just
soon,
made up on this
but
run.
I
Fuck
wanted
you,
to tell
Jer.
somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Alright.
I kept eating and eating.
You're right, I need a fuck. Where's my girl at? I don't know. Let's call this hookers again.
I ate a lot of things that night.
As we're talking about a child that's going to poison herself with berries. That's... Whew.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It
Maybe
was a
not the
barn
right thing to be
swallow
talking
going
about while
back
playing
to
this
her
game.
nest. I reached out for her.
And suddenly, I was a cat.
And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. I jumped and I almost got
Alright,
her.
little fuck up there, but not too bad. Manageable, definitely.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. I gobbled her up,
Not bad.
and suddenly I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits.
Get back here, fucker! Jesus.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and
No,
I
to go the
didn't
other
chew
way.
one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
I did not think I was gonna grab it that time. Holy fucking shit! I fucking missed it.
I rolled
Oh
off the
my
cliff
god.
and into the ocean.
This could very well be a gold.
Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Nope. Oh, maybe.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good. I grabbed on tight, but I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet.
No. Sweet.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
That sucks.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe. I got closer and closer. All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
What the fuck?
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
What the shit?
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories.
Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when
Oh
he adopted
my
a stray kitty,
god.
she was the one who named it Molly.
I spent a lot of time in Great Grandma Edie's room. Her room was like a museum.
Wow.
For 500 years,
Odin
the
Finch buries
on
the
January
latest
7th, but 40-foot waves. Odin's daughter Edie.
Odin Finch is the first.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long way.
No shit it is. We are on fucking point tonight.
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Look at
There's
these
a secret in
golds.
this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the bird. It's hidden in this book.
Alright, I'm gonna focus here, Jur.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin.
Alright, that's Jurin time. But
that
I'm
you
gonna
never
pay
talked about
attention
it.
here, cause
I
holy
guess my grandpa
shit.
didn't like history any more than my
Where
mom
the
did.
fuck did that time save come from?
How I Want to Remember My Brother by
Yeah.
Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam, Calvin, dinner's ready. Coming.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible.
Another horror game? Great. No.
Maybe if
It's
I
a
hadn't
tragic
said
story.
that-
It's not a horror game by any means. It's a very depressing story. And what's up, Audacious Snail?
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Ah, damn it. Ah, you can get it in that cycle, but it's really hard.
The day he made up
You
his
can get
mind,
a cycle early, but it's hard.
and he did.
What the fuck's going on tonight?
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
After the funeral,
What the fuck is happening
Edie roped
tonight?
off Calvin's half of the room.
This is like
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at
Absurdity.
18 and never set foot in the room again.
it's a tragic story game. That's exactly what it is. So this is a lot of gold right now.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
And Jared just said, I don't think 100% is going to happen tonight. Well,
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Long story.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
.103:30. My time is world record. On PC it's low. On PC it's even faster, and I have world record too. I have it on PC and PS4.
Barbara Finch.
So meaning I am beating world record right now by 26 seconds.
For her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention.
Someone else is going to.
Movie fans. It was just a boost her career.
Not many people run it though.
Unfortunately,
It never became big, amazingly.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
But somebody else is gonna start running it. A friend of mine. So I'm trying to tighten my times a little bit because he is a damn good
Now
speedrunner.
that was a great scream.
Like he probably will beat my times. I'm pretty damn sure he's going to.
Into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room.
So that's why I'm trying to make him as solid as possible to give him a
Got
challenge.
stuck babysitting her youngest brother Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
So I'm just trying to improve my times.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
It's vaporizing.
You're
I don't
right.
think they're gonna bust me for
Also,
that.
I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding.
Besides, I'm not their target
until
demographic.
finally the key pops out.
So I'm not really
I'll
too
be back
concerned
in a
about it. Fuck. I don't want to drop my keyboard.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Rick?
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
That's so funny. You just bust him in the face with a
Barb, relax. I
crutch.
was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show.
The late picture show.
Later,
That's
Barbara!
what they used to call it.
Walter, what's going on up there?
I got a fart.
Hey,
I
I'm coming
farted.
up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
I farted again. Well, I have a break coming up. I'm gonna warm myself up some pizza.
Walter, are you there?
Actually, let's do it at the very end.
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
Holy shit, did you see how fast that was? I fucking did that. I just fucking found that hatch off screen.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groan. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet. The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
I don't think sub 1 hour is possible, but if it is, that'd be amazing.
Surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box,
So Sam and Gregory are where my time losses can occur.
her ear. That's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
What the fuck?
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Oh my god, this is amazing. What the fuck's happening tonight? This is... I'm not arguing it, but what the shit? I'm sorry, he might have a hell of a time beating this. If this continues going like this, he may be in trouble. I'm sorry, this is really good. Streamer's going faster, streamer's going way faster. Shut up, Jer.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of a door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
Notice the calendar goes from 1968 to 1976.
And then one day, everything just
2005.
stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
It was just his routine. I mean, he just lived a life of solitude.
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Exactly what he's saying. It's just like he just lived in solitude. He just couldn't, because of what happened to Barbara. He just lived in solitude for 30 years. Just couldn't cope with it and just pretty much
I know it's
was
out there
waiting to die.
somewhere.
That's the story. It's pretty
Whatever
much
killed
his
Barbara.
whole life was just waiting to die.
And Molly. And Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me.
I'm
he
not
was
even
down
questioning it anymore.
there. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I
have
don't
to
want to
jump
make
over to
the same
PC and run
mistakes
it
she
again.
made. Trying to bury something that's still alive.
Why eat that? Are you Edith? What do you mean?
Now that there's only
what
one
did
of us
Edith
left,
eat?
or maybe 2. I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself.
Are you?
I
Oh,
don't know
are
what
you
happened to
Edith?
everyone
Yeah.
else.
But
Now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
the person walking and telling the story. Yeah, the person walking and telling the story.
I don't know if I
Yeah,
should even
and
be
your
writing
character,
this.
you're Edith. Yeah, you're Edith.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
It's supposed to be, well,
But
you'll
I thought
see.
you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Yeah, you're the pregnant chick. I'm down to 6 seconds on my summer best. This is possible 0-0, so this is a goal last time.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but
The pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the
I'm
cemetery.
sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
So these next 2 stories are the time
There's
losses,
so many things I wish I could ask
or
my
the
mom now.
not really
Part of
time
me thinks
saves.
this is what
Like,
she wanted all along.
This is where I'm at risk of
For
losing
me to come
time.
back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing,
I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend. Perfect.
Damn it.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
Fuck.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera. Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn.
Okay, so
You'll
fuck
need to
that.
remember this stuff if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died. Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn.
I'm gonna lose time.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad.
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to?
Great shot, Dawn. I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so-
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about—
Dad!
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Alright, that's not terrible. Had to happen some point. Reset. Kidding.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Dear Kay.
Postmortem.
Do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
You scrub. Get good.
That's hand over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie.
She's got boobies.
Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like. He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination.
Fucking A.
I know how.
Hell yeah! Ha ha!
That I worried about a baby being too happy.
Oh shit, get up there.
But I could feel
Yeah, boy! Oh! Oh, who's the best? Who's the best? Duder's the best. Duder's the best. What the fuck is up? Oh my god.
I hadn't called that night.
Oh, what a save. What a fucking save.
About the world.
Yeah, baby!
There's so much I don't understand. About Gregory. About everything.
That is the most beautiful that fucking thing can go.
Wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay.
Oh! Oh my god! And I was scared of losing time there. And we fucking gold that shit.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, "We don't need a stepmom," were the words that I
now
remember.
pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to
Come here.
But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
You should be playing this. What's up, Filber?
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy.
Holy
they were
shit.
going to name me Gus.
I am saving some epic time right
My
now,
mom
dude. This
jumped
is
the wall after
ridiculous.
her brothers died.
I have no idea where these time saves are coming from, but this run is going
At the time,
awesome.
It was as far away as she could get.
Fucking, I mean, I've had like no load screen, so I mean that may be helping, but wouldn't be helping this much.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
What's up, Filbero? How did the rest of the runs
Things were
go?
good. Almost normal, but it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
And I said I knew any percentage PB tonight too, but I didn't realize how garbage that was.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
I'm not really sure what this death is. Something about him disappearing, but this scene is also a throwback to the Unfinished Swan. Their other game.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Ah, fuck, grab it. God damn it.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Alright.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more
This
and
is the
more
most
time in
fun
his
scene to
room
play, in my opinion.
until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Sorry, still running. Oh, nice. But you're like, I should be playing this. Dude, PT is going to drive you insane. That's the thing. It already started driving me insane. That's why I went back to this. I'm like, I want a walking game because it's not that tough. And I'm like, oh yeah, what remains of Edith
Lewis's
Finch?
room smelled very,
Because PT was
very
driving me
familiar.
insane.
That part of him lived on.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist,
1957
I can
Chappé
understand your
Boulevard.
desire for
Oh,
an
that's the
explanation.
institute.
As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then, daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss, but he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery, but his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor, and he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for radiant rainbows. He followed the sound of her silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Ah, shit.
He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
A 1056 flat so far. God, just ripped peephole again by over 2 seconds, and I'm 0.8 behind PB. God damn, dude.
And then it struck him.
The fucking
But the real
peephole is what
Lewis
got
was not
you.
the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Jesus. Man, you're
My
right
imagination
fucking
is as
there,
real
too.
as my
No
body,
wonder you're
he
going
told
for
me.
it.
It was hard to argue with him.
Because you're like, you know you can beat it. You know you can get 1054.
He began
Yeah,
to
right
forget
there
the
you got
world we know.
1056 flat, and you said you lost 2 seconds because of the people. Yeah, you're right fucking there, dude. Damn.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Dude, this run is going fucking good.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Bro, I think I just did. No shit. Did you really? Did you fucking get 1055? Wait, what happened? What happened?
Including the wise Calico, and insisted on
If so,
inviting-
this music is very fitting. I do want details. Good job, man.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
I'm fine, dude. This part I just hold forward for a while. Alright, now I'm gonna go back to focusing.
There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
This is dead run. You're funny. No jump reset.
Think you know.
Yeah, don't let me distract you, bro.
Your
Keep it
son
up.
was a
It's
kind
fine,
man who
dude.
would
I'm
be
in good
missed
shape.
by all of us who knew him.
It should still be alright here. 6, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51.
My brother was really cool. I wish I
Alright.
could have met him.
There were a couple of fuck ups there, so I'm sure I can save a little bit more time.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing.
Ah! No! 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 You evil fucking load screen. Oh, that wasn't too bad.
I'm not
But
sure
still,
she wanted
you
me to
evil
do that
fucking load
either.
screen. I hate you.
I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another.
No yump.
All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
No yump. Reset. Is that just the way the light hits? Because, like, in any percentage, the light, there wasn't, like, a light there like that. I don't know.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together."
Alright, well, this is a new PB for damn sure.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol.
New world
Some
record.
of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the
By a fucking
Why
landslide.
don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance, or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you.
Yep.
But there's only time.
See, gold controller. Yeah, it does look a little white on camera, but it's definitely gold.
That night, the tide went way. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
Not as fast as you can get it, but that's fine.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again.
Nah, I'm pressing the left stick instead of the right, but whatever.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
I think I fucked that up.
After that, we moved around a lot.
I mean, that's probably like maybe a second or two.
We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by.
Those gold splits, though, right?
My mom didn't like
Silver Ross. Oh, is that what you did? That's awesome.
But she started getting sick a lot.
That's your emote? That's cool.
The rest
I need my own emote. But yeah, dude, these golds are fucking ridiculous right
She
now.
got better for a while. And then...
Dude, I don't know where this run came from. I mean, 20 attempts and it took me this long to get like this. I'm like, what the
And then I
fuck?
was alone.
Like, this is sort of a ridiculously
Last
good
Finch
run.
left alive.
Like, I'm kind of like, this will actually give you a little bit of a challenge, Filber. This is
Until I found out about you.
This is a pretty damn good run for console.
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this.
Ugh.
If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think
Casual
the best we
playthrough
can
got
do
you
is try
hyped,
to
I guess
open our
so.
eyes
It must have.
And appreciate how strange and brief.
Well, I just
all of this
ran
is.
any percent just to like kind of warm up. I'm like, holy shit,
Easter
that
was
must have been a
supposed to
really
be
good
for
warm
you.
up.
hope you'll never see it.
Not important.
I just want to meet you.
I do
Tell
think
all
that
the
as well,
stories
but sure.
But I guess if
You had
you're
sex with
now,
a dead girl.
things didn't work out that way.
New world record.
This is where your story begins.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I
New
won't be there
fucking
to see
world
it.
record.
It's a lot to ask, but I
New
don't want you to
fucking
be sad
world
for it.
record.
I want you to be amazed that any of us
Nice.
ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Wait, fucking landslide. Timer stops when it fades to black. Yeah, you stop the timer when the screen fades to black. Like when the picture's completely off and it's just solid black, that's when you stop the timer. Holy shit, look at the time. 1:02:34. 1:02:34. New world record. Who's got some world record hype, guys? Come on, get it in the chat. Let's go. Yes. Now get in the chat and start giving me world record hype. So she died during childbirth? Yes, she died during childbirth. And world record hype. Let's get it going, guys. Come on. Come on. Come on. This is legit. Damn it, now I'm too fucking awake. Break time. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. This is celebration time. Let's fucking go, boy. Hell yeah. I'm taking that for tonight. I ain't fucking gonna try that again. Fuck. Man, fucking... Oh, perfect Gregory. Fucking... This is ridiculous. Look at these. Fucking 18.2 to start off on Molly. On the very first story. Fucking 18.2. Where I was just like... Literally, my mouth just like dropped. I was like, what the fuck happened? Then that, I was like, okay, actually that one I knew where that came from. No fucking idea. No fucking idea. That was just, Gregory was fucking perfect. It's only 3 seconds off. Oh my god, I know. That's because, like, dude, these are like all fucking, almost all fucking gold tonight. Sam was the only thing that I lost time to. And that's because I fucked up like 2 or 3 of the pictures. Then Edith, there's a little bit of a save, but still I got 6 seconds on that. Fuck. Lewis is where there's going to be more time improvement. That I need to figure out a little more. And actually, I think if you take the sitar at the end, it might be a little faster. But I'll need to check that. But yeah, dude, I don't know where these fucking times came from, but holy shit. Yeah, dude, this run was fucking ridiculous. Wow. Holy shit. Oh my... I'm still amazed. Go ahead, throw the fucking emails out there. Holy shit. I saved almost a minute on that run. You're claiming hacks and view bots? No hacks I could do on this. No, that was a legit run. That was 100% legit. There we go. There's proof that that was all of them. Okay, now what?